everybody, and welcome back to Subs Like Dubs Like, a comprehensive anime podcast. It's your boy Jay, the big Southern Pod impresario. I'm here with my dog D. How you doing, man?
Yo, what's going on, Jay? What's going on, people? We are back at it again, here to bring you some fire. It's wow. I can't believe again that it's still season 5.
Yeah.
I'm not ever gonna be shocked that I hit him at that mark stone. Like, that's really amazing. But yo, we here to bring some fire.
Listen, so much to get into because this week we will be giving y'all the best and worst of 2024's anime battles.
Hello.
And 2024 has been a year of all time in anime.
Yeah, it's a year already.
A year of all time.
Yeah, one of the years of all time, for sure.
So we'll definitely be getting into more of that this week. But before we get into all of that, it's honestly been a huge week. It just in terms of so much going on in the games world and the anime world, a lot to kind of reflect on in and of itself. D, when it comes to like the video game awards and the reception that came from like a lot of the winners with that, like what have been your thoughts on that so far?
You know, it's funny because I really didn't watch that piece of garbage.
Yeah.
Like those don't move me, honestly. Never has, never will.
I'm there for the trailers. I ain't gonna hold you.
I didn't even go for the trailers. Like, yo, I was just hoping for people. Like, what I do these days is like, yo, if something's fire, somebody gonna just share the trailer with me.
Yeah.
Like, share it. So it was cool hearing like, oh yeah, Onimusha 2026. Like, yeah, I'm pumped for that. Oh yeah, RGG's bringing back a Virtual Fighter. Super pumped for that. Ooh, another like a Sleeping Dogs-esque game. Type for that. But the awards, like, I don't really, like, honestly speaking, I don't get in a tizzy about, like, I don't care what's the best to anybody besides myself. Like,
Yeah.
I like, once something is done or completed by myself, my opinion only matters on it. So if you're giving an award, oh yeah, Astro Bot won Game of the Year. There's a whole group of people like, oh yeah, man, this was it's a disaster. Nobody's this, and then I don't care about that, dude. Like, I really don't. Like, to me, it's whatever. I never understand why people just go crazy about who gets the nod for whatever. Like, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you enjoyed the game. If your game of choice didn't get picked or whatever, too bad. Doesn't matter. You enjoyed it. That's all that matters. So I scrolling down the timeline, seeing a bunch of outrage, and I don't know where I was like, oh boy, the game, man, like, yo, y'all being very childish. The only thing that was cool to me, that moved me as far as the award, like, I like the fact that Metaphor got the nod for like best RPG.
Yeah, I thought that was well deserved.
I think that was well deserved.
I thought that was well deserved. Yeah.
Like, I felt from the jump that Final Fantasy Rebirth was gonna win like that and Game of the Year. To be honest, I don't believe so. I don't believe it should, in my honest opinion. But to see Metaphor do that, and to see, like, it's not even like nobody feels like that's terrible, like, because it was worth it. To me, that's my Game of the Year. I enjoyed it so much. I love the themes, I love the characters. Shout out to Lewis, aka Fake Reinhardt. It's just, I'm happy. From a point of view, 2024 for gaming for me was enjoyable. I got to play my Game of the Year, enjoyed it. I can't wait till next year, 2026. I'm super looking forward to a lot of things. That's all that really matters for me, man. Like, yo, if your gaming get paid, whatever. Like, yo, people really was mad that fucking 0. Like,
bro.
Like this, like, bro, do you know the common opinion of this game right now? Like, it's like, come on.
It's so hilarious too, because I'm like, the patch for the game that made it
Yeah,
even better just came out
It just came out that day. Yeah, so
of the
it's
Game
like,
Awards.
yeah, so
And y'all thinking this is gonna make it Game of the
like, be happy it got a nod, to be very honest with you.
Yeah, be happy it was nominated.
Yeah, because people was throwing like real haymakers at this joint, and rightfully so. Like it all subverted everybody's expectations, for better or worse. But like, yeah, I don't know. It was whatever, man. Best mobile game, Baltaro. I respect it because it looks like an addictive game. So like,
it should have been Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. I ain't gonna hold you.
It can't win every year.
It should be on that list every fucking year. I ain't gonna hold you.
It should, in my opinion, especially with the like just. Yeah, that's for another day. Like it should, but realistically, Bandai don't care. They just look at the amount of money that they've made every single damn year.
I kid, obviously, but it's like, look, that's all I'm playing on my phone. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
for me, that's my mobile game of the year every year, all years. You know what I'm saying?
Man, they had me again. Jutsu. I was over there playing World Tournament like a moron. And yeah, they need to get rid of that mode. They need to get rid of that mode. That slide up simulator is not it. It's really not it. We've been trying to tell you it's not it. I'd rather take Chain Battle. To be very honest.
I'm so glad I had to do press at Anime Week in Atlanta this past weekend. Even if I open my phone and I look at Dokkan with that World Tournament, it was like, man. I mean, look, I ain't gonna hold you. I do miss the stones, but that's it. That's it. I don't miss the amount of time that it takes to get them.
The stones are cool and all, but yo, it's a battle. Legitimately, it's a Dokkan battle when you hop on there, especially if you have demons on your local. Yo, I was ranked. I think I came probably third out of 241 people, which is crazy. But like, I was thinking like I could be number one. I was number one in my local last time. No, I'm not being somebody who has 200 wins in a row. Are you kidding me? I don't want to be on my phone. That amount of time to be on a phone is like. No,
that boy using one of the little, you know what I'm saying, like the little key entries on his phone. You know what I mean?
I hope so.
Like he not sitting there actually doing that shit. I hope that's not a person sitting there doing that shit.
Waste of stone usage. Like that's dumb. Like I like the rewards you get from like just in general from the local and just out of whatever. I know I placed top 1,000. I fit in 1,000. Thankfully, so I'm gonna get some stuff, but it's like, no, I'm not doing like, yo, if I have somebody in my local bracket that is really out here grinding, I'm gonna just pass up. I'm gonna just make sure I hit like 5, 10. As long as I could get a dupe of the copy, that's all that matters. Like I already had 2. I already have 1 dupe of Grandpa Gohan. They got me with that, like, because that's the only way you're gonna get DB characters. Unfortunately,
basically,
with
the World Tournament,
yeah. So my Grandpa Gohan will be the 79%. That's all that matters. So, and that was cool. This weekend, Game Awards and World Tournament. So that's a 4 out of 10. That's a 4 out of 10 weekend, bro. That's a 4 out of 10. That's always misery. But you was doing best, so I know you was having fun. I was slaving on a mobile game.
Boy, I mean, it was fun, boy, but I'm telling you, bro, like my dogs was barking, dog. Like, man, like the way the layout of Anime Week in Atlanta this year, they moved it to the Georgia World Conference Center away from the hotel that it had previously been at out in Marietta. So basically, they have a much bigger space to work with. The Georgia World Conference Center is like the same area that MomoCon uses for that convention in the summer. But you go there and you would assume, okay, this is going to be the same layout. I already know where to go for a blah, 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 blah. No, it's all on the opposite. They're using 2 different parts of it.
No.
So the Georgia World Conference Center is so big that if you walk in from one side to get to the other side, that's easily 1.5 miles.
Oh, jeez.
Walk. And this is all inside, like walking through the little corridors and shit. But like, man, I'm telling you, dude, my first day, I got there early. You know, so our press schedule was mad early this year. Like, we had like at first it was like 10 a.m., 10:30.
Jeez.
You know what I mean? Then they pushed it back an hour, but I didn't find out till after I had already gotten there.
Oh boy. Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay, this is amazing. You know. Yeah. But when I tell you, bro, like I had probably already walked like 3 miles by the time I found what side the con was on, because it just was no signage in the normal area where most people would walk in from. And when I say this, it's because once you were at the con, you realize, oh, this is on this side. Then you knew, okay, this is the area I should enter in from through the building C. But I saw all weekend so many people walking around from building A to get in there, because that's just what they're used to with that location. And it's just like, yo, like, man, I know day one, that's like 7 miles for me. Day 2 was like 10 miles. Day 3, like by that point, I was like, yo, I'm only here to just do what I got to, and I'm getting the fuck out. You know what I mean? I'm here to do bartering with those damn dealers. Get out of here. That's it.
Yo, I already knew you was out of this world, ready to go home.
Bro, please believe Sunday I think I was only there maybe 1.5 hours. Like, I was like, all right, I did my work in the dealer's room and I'm out of here, man. Because like I love conventions. Don't get me wrong. It's just, and if you listen to every show on the best and worst of with a lookout this week, you will have heard already plenty of talk about how anime conventions are now, and how that's probably one of the worst things in 2024 is anime conventions. Oh, wow. And I will absolutely agree, right? The anime conventions have changed in this way that I don't think is for the better. I understand I might sound like old man yelling at Cloud right now, but like, I remember when this was a simpler and it's not that I think I don't like the growth of the fandom or the size of it or anything like that. Like, I love seeing more people enjoying anime, more people having access to the shit in ways that I did not have 14 years ago, right? And even further back. It's just that
it's whole different now.
So much of the anime con experience is not about the con no more.
I get those. I get that. I get that.
You know what I'm saying?
I hear that a lot. I hear that a lot.
So much about the modern convention going experience is about, are you going to this party tonight? Are you going to that party tonight? Are you going to this thing or that thing? And mind you, from my personal experience, I can't say, oh, this is such a huge travesty, because I don't pay to go. I have not paid to go to a convention. And I literally sat down and thought about this earlier today. I don't remember the last time I paid. Like, we're talking about, it has to be 2008.
God damn.
Because by that point, I had been going to so many conventions in Texas that I started working as a volunteer for cons. Right? Then eventually I started doing this press shit. I started hosting panels at Texas Cons and things like that. Right? So, like, I mean, it's an open secret, but it's not even a secret. If you are involved in this fandom in any sense of like putting yourself out there and like being able to like do something that can get you in a con, you just do that, and you don't have to pay to go to a con. Like, that's really the key. That's the secret. You know, you don't want to pay to go to a con, but you still want to go. Host a panel for 30 minutes. They'll give you a badge, or fucking, or you know, like, do something like what we're doing. Have a show and and be like, hey, I want to get some interviews in, things like that. There's so many. Be a volunteer. There's so many different ways to get in the door without having to pay a fucking dime. But now it's, hey, paid to go to this thing and paid to go to that thing, and
everybody trying to do that.
And you're all, and I'll go to these parties because it's like, hey, yo, like I want to see like where has the community come now? Like what is this now? And I'm not saying that like these parties aren't a dope space, because they are, right? It's really cool to have a space where I know like, hey, like it's gonna be a lit time because it's a bunch of anime fans that without a better way of putting it, they look like me, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
just
like it's not gonna be like the rave at the anime con where it's like gonna be somebody rapping about My Hero Academia, and you know what I mean? Like it's gonna be, you know what I mean? It's not really for everybody in there. It is for everybody for all intents and purposes, but like it's not everybody's gonna find that fire. Not everybody's gonna feel the vibes with that, right?
Absolutely.
So these parties kind of do provide that sort of like anime / club experience, right? I will say that the ones I went to in New York when I went to Anime NYC last year, those were fire. Like those were a time. Those were a time. I've been to just so many of these ones in Atlanta now, to where like, God, the wrong person's gonna clip this and I'm gonna sound like a fucking hater.
Oh, well,
but you know what? We're 5 seasons in. I think it's about time maybe I made a hot take or two. Yeah, I'm tired of paying for these niggas' fucking lives, bro. I'm tired of paying for these niggas' trips to Japan, bro. Like maybe I do sound like a hater, but like,
nah, go ahead.
It's like the same niggas that are hosting all these parties. It's the same niggas that are performing at all these parties. And I mean, come on, like, social media. It's free for all of us to see. If we see these people that are associated with these parties, and it just so happens once every fucking quarter they all happen to take a Japan trip, I think we're gonna notice, right?
My man said he's sponsoring mugs to go outside.
I'm sponsoring these niggas live, bro. By like paying to go to these parties. And like, look again. Do I enjoy the fact that we have the space? Do I enjoy the idea of the con? Yeah. Or the con after party? Yeah. But like, I also am old enough to know a jig when I see it.
Yeah, bro. we know what you are. We know what y'all doing.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I mean, shit. Like, maybe I should we should host the Subs Like Dubs Like Lookout after party, right? You know what I mean? Like if I'm so like, oh, y'all are going to Japan, but I'm not, well then maybe I should go to Japan and fucking start the Lookout after party, and we do that, right?
Why not?
But you know, like it's just the optics. When you have some sense, when you have any kind of sense, and you look at it for longer than 2 seconds, it's just like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah, I noticed that you guys are all over there.
Yeah,
I wonder where you got that from.
And let's talk about it even further. Like, you gotta either know your own people, or you kind of gotta be like in the cliquish shit.
Oh yeah, that's just a given.
And there is a part of the anime community that has become very cliquish.
Ew.
It's very, I mean, let's just look at Twitter. Just, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's and I don't blame people for having friend groups. There's nothing wrong for having friend groups. I'm a person that's in multiple friend groups. I love my friends. Mm-hmm. I always want to have great times with my friends. But like, if the shit really is like, hey, we're having like a dope time for community, then like maybe we should be willing to like, hey, you know, open good times to people that aren't just in our cliques. You know what I mean?
Could never.
You know?
Ain't never gonna happen. As long as we see the jig, it's never gonna happen. Like,
you know, so
it's too late now.
That's it. And I'm just okay, at the end of the day, I'm just talking about what I see, talking about how I see times have changed. I enjoy this stuff. I think y'all are doing a great thing. I just also see this wild. It's wild. It's wild.
We don't want to go to no con no more. We don't want to go to no con no more. But nah, I see the jig. I get it. Get it how you live. But that's crazy.
Yeah,
but
man.
Anime, unfortunately, it's the most easiest way to, make a living out of people.
Oh yeah, listen, you can't spell convention without con, boy.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Like,
it is what it is. The game is the game.
Yeah, game is the game. Unfortunately, people have been preying on people's interest for the dawn of time. Anime is no exception to
exactly. So far be it for me to act like, oh, like y'all are the first to do it, because you're not. You know what I mean? And like, I'm not saying y'all are wrong just because y'all are the ones I'm talking about. Like, look, get it how you live. You know what I mean? Like,
we know
it's just at the same time, if I notice it, like, don't be mad at me for just saying I see it. Like, you know what I mean? I'm seeing what I see, and I promise I'm not really hating that hard. It's just one of those at the same time. Like, say, bro,
I know what you're doing.
What are we really up to, though?
I know.
You know what I mean?
I know what you are.
Yeah, I should be able to just say that and not with on some like,
nah, it's
there's a call to action. We should do something about it. No, no.
People.
I'm just saying.
People gonna be in a tizzy. If they
just know what you look like. You just know what you look like when you do shit. You know?
Yeah.
Just know what you look like. That's all I'm saying, man.
Old snake oilsman.
Yeah, snake oil salesmen, man. I'm telling you.
We see you.
Well, aside from that, I did really enjoy. In addition to that, not even aside from, I did really enjoy my time at Anime Week in Atlanta. AD and I had the chance to interview KG Tang and Adam MacArthur. Adam MacArthur and KG Tang, we had a chance to interview both of them. Really great, very impersonal interviews in the sense that we just kind of like shot the shit. I really got the vibe that these cats are not just like, oh, hey, like, I'm the voice of such and such. And like, you know what I mean? These guys are really fans of the stuff, right? They're really like tapped in to the presentations of their series, both in manga and anime form, and how they go about that presentation themselves, and the differences they may have with even production choices, right? Okay. So it was really cool to hear that from people that are like nah, like they're attached to this stuff, but even they have their own thoughts and ideas on how this stuff should be presented, and it comes from a place of like, no, they really know their shit. Yeah. So I dig that. I really like being able to talk with an artist who's not just like happy to do the role, but it's also like, no, this needs to be done a certain way. Otherwise, like, that's just not what this role is. You know what I mean? So really, really cool to have those conversations. And I'm excited for everyone to see those interviews once they do make their ways onto YouTube. But aside from all of that, this week, this week we are going to do something we don't always do, and we're gonna get into new anime. 2024 has been a year.
That's a year, all right.
A year for anime. Was it one of the best years? Was it one of the worst years? Was it a year?
It was a year, man.
I would say, yeah, a year. It was just a year.
It was a year. I don't care what y'all been typing. It was a year.
There was a lot of, in terms of like manga and anime, a lot of things like took place, right? Like, a lot of series like may have come and gone. A lot of series may have, had their starts and like really start to take place, right? But if we're talking about just strictly anime
is buns. I'm gonna be the first to tell you that. I'm not sugarcoating it or not. This whole seasonal thing, it's a plague. 2024, from the winter seasonals So the spring season, it was whack. It was whack. All the cool stuff happened via manga. You have to wait maybe 2 years from now to talk about the stuff that was already read, which again, that's been the thing forever. But like, yo, as far as just regular anime just thrown out, shoved out, like it was just slop. It's the same generic piece of garbage we always get. Like, I'm kind of tired of the formula, but this is what brings in cash, I guess.
I won't lie to you, because for me, it wasn't until towards the end of this year that I got really excited for anime, and it's just because there are some shows that came out that I was already excited for. Right?
Yeah, anything that I was excited for was something that it was already legitimately covered in a different medium, aka manga. I'm gonna be the first person to tell you that. Oh, the remake from things 40 years ago, also a thing. Congrats, 2024. We still prove again that the majority of things from the past were better than anything that was currently ever being taking place right now. Fix it, please. This not goes only for anime, just in general.
I would say for media as a whole, 2024 was kind of a down year.
Industry, you gotta fix it up. Like, it's callbacks to things and the sort. We over it, man. I'll be the first person to say it. We over it. I'm over it. I don't want to. I'm tired of the isekai garbage, generic garbage. I'm tired of all of that. Dead serious. The video games, you calling back to darn near things that happened from 2005. Tired of that. I'm just tired of a lot of this. Especially, it's worse with anime because, like, yo, it's a part of what's been in my life for like forever. So it's embarrassing to see the quality of the garbage we get, and I think people deserve better. Obviously, like, especially now that anime's been more, it only gets popular every year. So
that's for sure. Across the world,
across the world, as a medium, like, it's only ever getting popular. But the quality of stuff that we're getting is absolute buns. Whether it be compared to something from a couple of years ago, decade ago, whatever, just in general, it's not good. It's not good stuff. It's really not. I'm sick of it.
With that, there's so many different animes that it was interesting to see how they were received and how the greater anime fandom was excited for them, right?
I don't know how.
With this year's list, I made sure to take in a few things into criteria, right? I went ahead and I looked using search engine optimization for like what animes were most spoken about this year, what animes had the most like sort of like high reactions, and what fights were talked about the most in terms of like coverage through videos, through tweets, through different articles, so many different things. So for this year, you can expect us to talk about 8 different fights that we found throughout the year that got a lot of reception from anime fans, and we're going to give our feelings after we've gone into watching them on what was the best and what was the worst for 2024. So tune in after the break as we dive into 2024's best and worst anime battles decided by the people.
Yeah, the people. Let me make it clear.
I
ain't picked this.
The people. The people said these were the best. We took what y'all said were the best and said, okay, what was good, what wasn't. So stay tuned. I'm gonna get right into that shit. D, I like to start with good news.
Oh, okay, great.
whenever I talk about anything in long form, because I feel like, you never want to give people a downer. So
Oh, well, you're nicer than me because
I don't want to lead with a downer. I never want to lead with a downer. I don't mind saying like, hey, great job, but also there's some stuff we have to work on, right? So I'm going to start with one that I felt like was a pretty great job. And honestly, this is one that might be surprising for some people. For me, might not be. Star and Stripe versus Tomoe Shigaraki in All for One from My Hero Academia. That was the very start of, what was it, season 7 of My Hero?
Yeah.
And that was right at the beginning. I took a strong liking to this fight. I'm not going to hold you. Just in terms of the fact that, you've got this character in All for One who's, fused with Shigaraki, and they're stealing all these people quirks. And
Blackbeard from One Piece type.
Yeah. Like, this is like your ultimate bad guy. And Star and Stripe basically
Miracle.
Like is like All Might's #1 fan that's not Deku.
Yeah.
Right? And has led her entire superhero career based off of the inspiration she got from All Might. I thought her power was so sick. New Order, basically.
New Order is busted.
Just like, yo, if there's a rule to something, I'll change it.
Yeah,
like that's such an American power.
Yeah, it really is. It really darn is.
Like, just like, that doesn't work for me, brother, as a power.
Mm-hmm.
I dig it. The fight is pretty simple, but I will say I really did enjoy just like the visuals of seeing that whole, like, right when Shigaraki like grabs for Star and Stripe's face, takes that quirk and is like, yo, all right, cool, I've got your power, like, and then it's just like, actually, New Order can't be combined with any other quirks.
And that boy he starts tweaking like he eating one of them rocket power candies.
Yeah. Seeing that quirk like actually like erase other quirks within All for One's like inner consciousness was just sick. Like, it really was like a visual of like this super powered like hero saying like, nah, like, enough is enough, even though I'm basically gonna die and my body's being eradicated. Like, I'll do everything
just to stop this one foe. That's fire. I love the ending. Just think, I always like when people are like their final moments and they start thanking everybody. Essentially, that always gets me.
Thanking her crew, like, you guys, y'all supported me. I'm glad I got to work alongside y'all. Like that, y'all are my brothers. I was like, yeah, man, that's sick. That's what anime's about, right there, man. Yeah. I would say that one is definitely one of the best for me.
Hands down. Like,
in a year where there wasn't so many like super strong candidates, really, that is one where it's like, nah, like, I don't have to think about like, did I enjoy this or not? Like, nah,
it was really good.
Yeah.
Like, yo, contrary to popular belief, like, yo, we've given nothing but My Hero love on this podcast.
That's serious. Serious.
And it's not my favorite. I'm gonna be clear. I'm not doing it for anybody. Like, it just so happens that everything that we pick from this series happens to be really good. It's like, you can't, like, I'm sorry, you want us to talk about its downfalls or its bad, like,
no there's no My Hero hate on this show. Stuff like that, like, we like some My Hero, man. That's good modern shonen.
Yeah, it's really comic-esque, and that works with me.
Yeah,
like, always works with me.
I would say, like, if I was gonna give like, hey, this is a litmus of just like the bare minimum of what I want out of a modern shonen, like, My Hero does that.
Yeah, like, it's not taking it, like, it's simple and easy to digest. meaning it's watchable. That's more than enough, right? It's
You see what I'm saying?
when y'all start talking about masterpiece. It skillfully subverts everything. That's when we pump the brakes down. But it's just easy, simple to digest, and everything that was shown during this battle was delicioso. I loved it. That's my take on it. Great fight. I honestly, we all know the power of plot armor is always going to be shown with the main antagonist. If the main character doesn't beat the main antagonist, I really hope that Star and Stripe really put down All For One / Tomo Shigaraki, but this is not. I'm not in control of the manga, obviously.
Yeah, because if it was up to me, that's it for you, buddy.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. 100%.
Fuck some plot armor.
Yeah.
Star and Stripe got your ass.
Yeah, most definitely. But that changes the whole story, and that's why I really try not to do fanfic or like just my whatever. But just enjoying it for what it was. Great.
Next up on the list of best and worst anime battles of 2024, we have Rain versus Macaron from Mashle, Magic and Muscles Season 2. D, what are your thoughts on this fight?
It was cool, to be honest. I'm not Mashle, like I've heard a lot about it.
Yeah.
To be fair, I can see why people like it, but like it's calm to me. It's calm. The animation really stands out. So visually speaking, it was nice to watch. Did I care about either or? I really didn't care about either character. That's unfortunate.
I will agree with that. Yeah, especially because I want everybody to know, like, when we're talking about like these best and worst fights, like we watch these fights as is. Yeah. So if there's any context I needed to know, it better have been given in the episode before it. Because that's about all I was gonna get.
Unfortunately, like that. Sorry, maybe 14, like 13, 12 episodes ago, would have had a different. Yeah. But from what I saw, it was like, yo, bro.
From what I could gather, it was you got, you know what I'm saying, like Rain was defending his buddy Mashle, you know what I'm saying, or Mash, you know what I mean, and Macaron was pretty villainous character, kind of gave me like a sort of like Hisoka sort of.
Yeah, like it's mad funny hearing the Japanese voice actors.
Yeah.
It's just D-O-D-O. Like,
yeah, because when you hear like a certain archetype of voice character, like that's who you expect that character to kind of sort of be like, right? But I liked his power of using sounds as magic. Yeah, I thought that was really sick. It reminded me of how, like, in Saint Seiya, like, you could have a power that's based on whatever the fuck. Yeah. And if it's shown to be dangerous enough, it will be that dangerous. Mm-hmm. So seeing it to where it's like, nah, like the sound is locked around you. And if you try to even move, like the vibration of the sound will explode around you. I thought that was pretty sick.
Yeah, that was fire.
Wasn't really familiar with Mashle's power structure, but I thought that fight did a good job of saying like, no, this is what their like seventh sense is. You know what I mean? Apparently their power structure is based off of like the lines that you have on your face. It shows how much magic you can use. Rain was already a double line user, but he gets a third line, which means he's chosen by the gods.
Yeah, basically.
And definitely got that feeling when I saw him use his like super wand power, just create a big old crater in the ground. I was like, all right, I like this guy. Mm-hmm. He's dope. If I'm gonna watch this is a guy I'm gonna keep my eye on. So yeah, I thought it was really good. Even if like you're not interested in the show, or even if you know this is your first sort of like introduction to it, I thought it did good enough to give me like a sense of like, okay, this is what goes on here. This is someone who would like fight for the main character. Seems pretty cool. Yeah. and it made me want to see like what the rest of the characters have to offer. So I would say this was pretty decent, man.
Yeah, it was decent. It's a good starter kit for launching me into. Maybe I might spin the series. Maybe
I might spin it. Yeah, exactly. That's definitely one of those that I'm like, okay, like I see what y'all are talking about. The manga's done. Okay, cool. Let me see what's going on and maybe give this a look. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, we've got Delicious in Dungeon.
Garbage.
Fallen versus everyone.
Garbage.
And by everyone, I mean all the main characters that are just happen to be in this episode, right? I get a sense that like our main character is there, and a few other magicians are there. Fallen seemed to have been the sister of one of the characters that got combined with the soul of a red dragon. It seemed like somehow through black magic, whatever that means.
Garbage.
When I watched this fight, I was like, why did people watch this? And it kind of let me realize, like, look, there's new anime fans, there's young anime fans every year, every generation. And whenever there's a new generation of anime fans, that means whatever came before that might have pushed the needle isn't something that they're either familiar with or they even know about or has even come across their radar. So if this is what anime is to you, and it is that stuff when you see a fight, basically Fallen becomes like a harpy chimera.
Harpy chimera, basically.
And is just like brutally attacking the other characters.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah, blood and guts. Not enough for me. This was, when I watched it, I was like, what? And like, if you're going for the blood and guts gore route, like I want to do like I want to make a face or whatever. I was so deadpan watching this whole thing, and I was like, all right, man, this not it. This really not it. I laughed at some of the scenes of the fights. So just to show you, if this was supposed to be something serious, I didn't take it serious. This was whack. I didn't even like the animation either, so it sucked.
The animation wasn't strong. The characters all get brutalized by Fallen, but by the end of the fight, Fallen just kind of leaves, and it seems like the people whose deaths we were kind of like shown as impactful, they didn't matter. They were just resurrected.
So garbage.
They were just resurrected.
I wouldn't even recommend the series. I'd rather stay away from the series.
It seemed like, I don't know. Like I looked up. I'm telling you, I looked up so much into like, okay, is this like a top anime? And look, a lot of people talked about this anime and this fight. Specifically,
I don't know why, and just goes to show you. Oh, it's not shown as a seinen manga. That means it's gonna be good. That does not mean anything, my man. There's a lot of seinen trash.
There's a lot of seinen garbage. Yes, just because seinen means a more mature audience does not mean good.
And blood and gore does not automatically equate to just like adult, mature. It's nothing. That's nothing to me. It can be even unnecessary to a degree. This did not move me. This was whack. I would not recommend watching it. I know I'm for a fact I'm not watching it. I'm not reading it. I'm not doing anything. Last time I'm talking about this.
Delicious in Dungeon. I don't know. Y'all are gonna have to.
Y'all don't have to explain. Don't even explain to me because I don't hear it.
I'm gonna need to.
I'm gonna just look at y'all. If you even try to sell me on this thing, I'm just not gonna listen to you. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a little bit more to convince me because I don't know. That didn't move me. That wasn't.
It didn't move me, and it was funny to look at.
That does not do it for me. You know.
Yeah, it was buns.
I feel like Delicious in Dungeon might have like an interesting cast or something. It might have some characters that are cool. That's not what I was shown.
That's not what I was shown. They just got smoked up and that's it. And I didn't. No,
was a bunch of people getting smoked. That's right.
We just covered a fight last week. People getting smoked, and at least by the end of the fight, I was like, "Oh yeah, man!" Somebody went out and looked like a hero.
Somebody looked like a hero. The characters were both dope. I thought that the presentations were like, "Oh hell yeah!" Like these guys are badass. You know what I mean? Like that's not. I didn't get none of that from this.
No,
I didn't get none of that from this. So, moving on. We have Kafka versus Isao in the season finale of Kaiju number 8. Kaiju number 8 was one of the bigger anime releases this year.
Yeah, I heard a lot.
It was really interesting. It got a very unique sort of like marketing because it aired live on Twitter. You could watch it on Crunchyroll. You could watch it on it was a whole. They made sure like people were able to see Kaiju number 8 like no matter what. So yeah, I thought it was pretty dope that it was so available to folks. What did you think about Kaiju number 8's season finale battle between Kafka and Isao?
Cool fight. Fight. Yeah, just cool fight. Literally. Oh yeah, it's number 2 versus number 8. Surely, yeah, this is definitely a great season finale. No, not really. I just like the animation. It was nice.
I thought it was pretty cool. Yeah, I did like the introduction of like how Isao's how his armor was based off of the second kaiju.
Yeah,
definitely gave me Godzilla vibes when they were showing like the flashback of Kaiju number 2 like wrecking the city. So I was like, okay, if this dude's got Godzilla armor, he's like Mecha Godzilla but as a man.
Yeah,
I thought that's a dope concept, right? Like a Mecha Godzilla armor. Hell yeah, that I'm won over. The fight I felt like wasn't really a lot to it.
Yeah, that's what for a season finale. Like,
yeah,
it was not true.
I felt like it was mostly around the story and around how Kafka was trying to prove his humanity and that he's not just a brainless kaiju, which for an anime like this, I'm down with that sort of idea being what the season finale is about, right? Like him proving to the rest of the cast that he can be relied upon.
Yeah.
I thought it was serviceable for what it does for that story. I'm not familiar with the rest of the manga, so we'll have to see if things get better with Kaiju number 8 for me after that.
I did like the way how Isao was being, fair.
Yeah.
Kafka, like, he didn't let your bias just sway your opinion.
Yeah.
So that was dope for me. Like, I like the old guy versus like the old guy beating. That's always a cool trope.
I really thought it was awesome seeing Isao, like you said, like sort of like not go easy on Kuzan, but also like give him the chance to prove himself.
Yeah.
Like I thought that was pretty dope. So I hope that if the rest of Kaiju number 8 sort of gives this vibe, look, man, just like give us a little bit flyer animation, give us a little bit more oomph with the fights, man.
Finale, like
give me a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Sizzle on the steak. Because this could be my kind of stuff. But I just we need more.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely need more.
We need more. That's all I could say is just that we need more, man. So I don't know. Like I'm gonna have to wait and see.
I'm gonna have to see
what Kaiju number 8 is on, but in terms of, I can see why this is considered amongst the best in 2024, though. I'll throw it. If this is amongst all the stuff that's new, this is a good point for me. This is a high point.
It didn't disappoint me in that regard. So it's pleasant. It's a pleasant drop for 2024.
Another anime I saw a lot of people talk about this year was Solo Leveling.
Something up with me. Like like I said, Saga God. It's amazing, but like I just don't care about the premise. Like,
man.
It's like
I've heard about the manhwa, heard about like the comic and everything that everybody's been into for a while. So I was like, okay, like the idea of these fights sound dope, but the concept of the series just sounds like Sword Art Online without all that pervy bullshit. And look, I'm fine with Sword Art Online without all that pervy bullshit. It's just that I already have experienced Dot Hack Sign. I already have experienced Sword Art Online. Yeah. And
fortunate.
I'm just like, I'm cool on that concept. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm just cool on that as an idea. So Solo Leveling as a series might not be something that's like for me, but the battle between Sung Jin Woo and Igris, I see why people talked about this because
it was fire.
It's just fire animation, boy. I'll give them that.
Yeah. And when I came into it was like, yo, old boy Igris, like, was he holding back or something?
Yes, that's what I got too. I definitely feel like he was holding back. I feel like he let old boy win at the end.
It felt like that.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, my resolve is more like it just felt like, oh yeah, this is a fight based off of like one's resolve. Like, yeah. Cause I thought Igris was gonna smoke this man.
Yeah, same. I was like, damn, this boy Igris kind of going in. But then like once it gets to the end and it really just kind of carries into now Sung Jin Woo having to defend himself against all these other knights. It's like, okay, the point to this fight is not just this one fight. Like there's more to this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This fight is kind of just like the plot device to more shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I could say like at the very least, like it's good for what it does there. I thought that the fight was awesome to watch, but I also would like to see more of these characters, right?
Yeah.
I just don't know if I guess that's what makes it so hard for me. Is it like cool that fight. Stuff was cool, but like the show that it's in, I don't know if I'm gonna watch it.
I'm not tuning into Solo Level. Sorry. Sorry, it's just not. And I can always appreciate pretty colors and good fighting sequences, but no, I'm not diving into that at all. Sorry.
We've got some hard hitters left on the list, though.
Yay.
I ain't gonna hold you. These last three that we've got saved for y'all, for me, this is my peak of 2023. All three of these, I love these fights. 2024, thank you. This is my peak of 20. Hang on, I'm gonna just say it all over again.
Mm-hmm.
For me, these three fights are my peak of 2024. Okay, these three fights, as funny as it is, are adaptations from stuff or are new takes on stuff that's been around since way before 2024.
Yeah, so the retro old stuff somehow, some ways is better than the new stuff. Not surprised.
Sometimes it's just at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? If it hits, it hits. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Crack gonna sell itself. It don't need to be advertised. Crack don't need to be pushed out there. You know it's crack when you see crack and it hits like crack. Okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
So to start off the list, man, we've got Goku versus Tamagami 3 from Dragon Ball Daima. Dragon Ball Daima being the newest Dragon Ball anime out right now. It's about 10 episodes in. Has been such a great representation of what makes Dragon Ball great. And if this really was Toriyama's last story that he gave to us, man, what a story to leave off with.
Yes.
what have been just your thoughts on Dragon Ball Daima as a whole, just so far, with us being with seemingly from rumors halfway through the show already?
I love lore drops, and I've always wanted this from Dragon Ball.
Yeah,
and Toriyama giving me that as like a last gift before he goes passes. It's like it hits me a little bit hard because like the last time we covered Dragon Ball, anything recent, aka superhero, like I was like, yeah, I want more lore drops, and this is exactly what I wanted from Jump.
Yeah,
I love finding about the demon realm. All those were saying the hype's not there or whatever. Like, to be honest, I don't really care about hype.
Dead ass. I am not like these Dragon Ball Z fans, boy. I'm not here to see, like, while there was this one cool fight that we're talking about, that fight happens like what, like 9 episodes in?
Yeah. I don't really care about
that's not
all of that. Like, I'm a person that enjoys the story first before it battles. And for Dragon Ball, it's mainly the conception is that Dragon Ball is mainly just all action, no plot. So when we get plot and a lot of info that, you know, leads into learning new things or things that we probably thought before but really couldn't confirm it because it's been so long since they've delved untouched to that. I'm always going to be excited learning that the Namekians were slaves, basically.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Demon Realm as a whole, it's always been interesting. That's why Super Dragon Hero, like just Xenoverse and just Super Dragon Ball Heroes, that's why they usually hit hard for me, because it's more interesting stuff within something that they just briefly touched. I was always interested, like, what do you mean Dabra is the pinch of the Demon Realm? What did you mean by that? Like, Boo is all of this Demon Realm stuff that was during the Majin Buu arc. Like, it wasn't covered completely.
Yeah. They basically just introduced us to it.
Yeah. Like that's a lot of, that happens a lot with Dragon Ball. The introductions of the Namekians. The Saiyans are like, yeah, you have a history backdrop of them, but still, like, there's more led to be learned. Like, we just found out during the original, like during Super, the anime, that they had the original planet, Salad, basically. That was cool. I like more of this. Unfortunately, I don't know if we could get more of a Daima, especially if whenever Super comes back. I don't know if it's just gonna be all lore drops. It might just be back to like the regular formula of what Super is, you know. But more of this. The fight was dope. I tell you this. I tell everybody, it's like, I hate key blast spam and all of that. That's a waste of, like, that's just cheap. That's just to see this around. Anytime Goku's a child, for whatever reason, the fights just always hit. Like, that's unfortunately
Goku fighting as a child. Yeah, it always just it feels like the essence of Dragon Ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, this is what every time I see mini Goku out there doing just about anything, I'm just like, this is what it's about. Yeah,
man. Like, I love, like, to hammer home on how Goku, like, fights like he's just a brilliant fighter. Despite your, like, oh yeah, he just comes off as a dummy. Like, bro, that man is a brilliant fighter. Everything is calculated. The fight was orchestrated perfectly.
He's a fighting genius, for real.
He's a fighting genius.
It's so cool just to see how this fight with Goku versus Tamagami 3 went. Especially when you consider, like, they have to fight these guardians of the Dragon Balls of the Demon Realm in order to access them, right?
Yeah, basically like your villain of the week, essentially. But hey,
and hardly even really a villain, because they seem like
they feel
they're just like chill.
Like I came in at the end with the Tamagami when he does the whole Dragon Ball thing. Like, oh, that was cool. Like, oh yeah, he tossed it. It's not there in the cup.
I thought it was so sick to see towards the end of that episode where when Goku and his group are all leaving from the third demon realm, and you see the third Tamagami like practicing the Kamehameha.
Yo, you can tell like bro, he influences everybody, and that's thank you for like again, Toriyama still showing you that Goku is not only just the main character, he's a plot device. He influences every character that he comes across. Everything that he does has an impact on them. It's never gonna change.
It's really such a lighthearted battle, right? Goku gives his best just fighting along with the Nyobo against Tamagami 3. Tamagami 3 kind of starts taking it serious, and then Goku turns Super Saiyan, launches out that Kamehameha wave, and then goes Super Saiyan 2 in order to beat him. Like, very simple fight, but it was just one of those things where it's like, yeah, man,
it's not brute force. You take that every time. Like, bro, it's you usually get in Dragon Ball, like, oh yeah, it's gonna smoke somebody, it's just gonna be straight.
That's what it's supposed to be.
A jobber fight. No, they took time with it. And I'll take this. Might not have been hype for y'all, but I enjoyed it. That's all that matters.
I thought this was definitely a very serviceable fight and was a good standout in 2024.
Yes.
We've also got that boy Garp versus
this is
that boy Kuzan.
This is GOAT
in One
me.
Piece.
This is GOAT for me, man. And animation studio, did y'all thing. The manga for me is enough. But like when I watched the anime, I was like, yeah, man, y'all got it. I was so moved. Garp he's such a fun-loving character. Super fun-loving character.
I thought it was really cool to see these characters in just the beginning scene, right, where they're training with each other, using the warships as punching bags. I was like, oh man, like, mind you, my introduction to One Piece, for the most part, is through these games, right?
Yeah.
I don't have a intimate relationship with all the characters. I don't have this like full deep understanding, though I will say I've watched a handful of One Piece episodes throughout the years. I do like how this new Future Island arc, Egghead Island arc, at the end, it gives you like more details about the characters. Like it gave me like sort of like a background on Kuzan at the end, and I thought that was cool. I don't remember One Piece always being like that, so I was like, damn, like they really are doing their best to be like, hey, if you're new, like this is what you need to know about these guys. Yeah. I thought that was really sick. The fight in and of itself was so dope. Like, I see why people love this.
Yes.
It's not just about my man Garp like getting in this super powered fight. Yeah. It's him as this admiral leading on the next generation of the Marines. My boy Kobe out there fighting against the island. I was like, okay, I see what this is about.
The honesty impact, mwah. Garp's galaxy impact, mwah. All of this was cool. And like, this is realistically the first time people are seeing like Garp fight seriously. Like, so it only took like how many chapters? So I get why like everybody's super right. I didn't even care about that. It's just like, yo, I love the passing of the torch. That's always a trope that I'm always going to love.
Passing the torch, especially when it's like a strong old head.
Like, that always works. That's a trope that's never gonna die, and it's always gonna be a bread and butter. That always works. That was an insane fight. The Garp laugh, like after the fight, realistically, you know, when it come in contact with him, he's like, yeah, y'all are the future, basically. Before he gets put to the end, like, that's perfect. Chef's kiss. Love it. Kuzan crying, but using the ice to freeze his tears.
Yo, that part was dope.
That was fire.
I thought that was sick. I'm not gonna hold you. All I knew about this fight going into it was that Garp and Kuzan have this like they dap each other up.
Yeah.
sort of sequence, right?
Yeah.
So I'm watching the fight, looking for that the whole time, and I watched the episode, and I was like, "What the fuck? Did I miss something?"
Yeah.
It took me watching it then on my phone to realize that's just one frame, and I was like, "Oh, you know what? That makes it even colder." Like I was like, that's what makes this even better. Is that it's just this one tiny frame referring to like back when they were cool, and then like dapping each other up while they're actually punching each other in the fucking face. Oh man. One Piece, the One Piece is real. I'm convinced. Listen, y'all might feel away. My One Piece journey started at 11:21 and 11:22, and we'll just get to the rest later.
It said this point. It told you the story ahead of time. So even if you got in there, you fresh eyes, you already know what's what. Like, obviously, that was Garp's old protege. You could tell. Former fans or just old fans, current fans, you can tell that, you know, Garp has this relationship with Kuzan. Kuzan basically spares Straw Hats during the time he first encounters him because he flat out tells you, like, yo, I owe your grandfather, like, I owe a favor to your grandfather. And now, just to tie that in, obviously, you realize, like, oh, that was my man's.
Yeah.
Like, that's super perfect. I love the fight. I loved everything about the fight. There's nothing wrong and bad. The only thing that annoys me is that I know that what seems to be goodbye to Garp, it's not it. That's not Oda's bag. That's not Oda like this. And what works, right? Even the fake outs, they're not fooling now. Garp's not dead. Even me and Stab and Nice folk.
Yeah. Seeing him just in the ice at the end, I was like, yeah, nah, this man ain't dead.
He's not dead. If you know One Piece, you know that this, like, if you're reading the manga currently, you just realize that a death that was told for chapters and years ago, like, was not released. Somebody that died. So it's like, if you watch the anime and you're reading Twitter, you realize, like, yeah, man, he's not dead. Not dead.
I'm excited to see more Garp in the future, man. I'm excited to see more of Garp from the past. Real tight. Like, as I get more into One Piece, man. I put it on myself to actually live up to this. I put it on everybody listening to challenge me to it. By this time next year, okay, this episode comes out December the 18th, 2024. By December the 18th, 2025, I'll be cut up on One Piece.
You have to put a lot into it, but I'm glad the fight moved you like that, because if it was its job to get people into a series, it did an amazing.
It did its job. It did its job, bro. It did its job.
Amazing job.
Now, look, I ain't gonna fucking lie to y'all and say I'm gonna watch every episode, but I will be caught up. They got some movies that make that a short watch for a few of the seasons. I'll be getting to them real soon.
A binge manga read would have you straight.
Binge manga, playing plenty of Pirate Warriors 1, 2, 3, 4. All of that.
Yeah, you'll be fine. You'll know what's up by then. So,
for the last anime battle of 2024 that we'll get into, we've got Renji Abarai versus Uryu Ishida from Bleach, the 1,000-Year Blood War anime.
I hate Renji. I hate his stupid Bankai. I hate his stupid face.
Not even his new Bankai?
His new Bankai is cool, but I hate him as a whole.
The old Bankai was dumb. Big long snake whip. Cannon thing,
useless.
Dumb as fuck.
Captain useless character for me. But like the glow up and the extra compared to the manga, it's like they did this dude a big favor. They made him look good. Is that a problem for me? Not really. Even though I don't like him. Like this was amazing. This was amazing.
Yeah, because like with full context, right? This battle that we have in the anime, right? This didn't happen in the manga.
Nope.
As we go through the Thousand Year Blood War, Core 3, especially going into Core 4, whenever that comes out, there's so much original content that we're even given like so brand new fights, brand new showcases of what characters can do. In the manga, Renji only had really like one real fight once he got his new Bankai at the end. So it was something where,
y'all Renji fans was struggling. y'all didn't get no soup, no good food, no chicken, no rice, no ribs. But now in the year 2024, y'all finally got a phone.
This is one of those things where I feel like we are getting a lot of great shit with Bleach.
About time.
It really is about time, because I remember the dark days when, my man was in that Shueisha workshop, hurt. You know what I'm saying? Body just breaking down on him. And basically whatever we got in the manga, that's all we was going to get. The Bleach anime had basically already been canceled by that point. So we really didn't have much of a hope that we would ever see some stuff like this in the anime.
Yeah, I didn't even expect them to go this route. I thought it was just going to be a clear, just regular adaptation. So for this to be like now I'm fixing everything that I had to rush up. Great. Cool. I think more manga should work with the anime studio that's adapting their work to do this. Shoot.
And I'm telling you, this is what I would love to see, where you've got these adaptations of entire arcs where it's like, hey, look, what can we flesh out? What can we add to it that may not have originally been there, but can service to the rest of the story, right? So this battle, with it even just being something where Uryu and Renji are fighting against each other, Uryu's kind of showing that he's true to the Quincy cause, right? Proving, because he knows he's being watched, that he's willing to take out his former friends. So he goes against one person that he literally teamed up with back during the Hueco Mundo arc,
the comedy duo.
Yeah, basically, right? Because together they couldn't even take out one of the Espada back then. Yeah. So it's just really cool to see these guys go all out with their newfound powers.
Their newfound power, Renji especially.
Renji looked good. I'm not gonna lie.
He needed that.
He looked great. Seeing him use his Bankai in new ways that he didn't even get to use them in the manga was dope. But Uryu came with that fire.
Bro, I was giggling like a massive idiot because he's like, "You think you the only one that got powerful?"
Yeah.
I popped. Literally, I popped. I did the Super Saiyan 3 pose. I'm like, yo, talk to this thing.
My boy had his hand up in the air, like, hell yeah, man. Like,
this man.
God.
Like, this was a job. Like, nice little carry over here. Let that man look strong, but we gonna put him down. I know all y'all Renji fans is like, wow, he did a good against his baseball. Stop it, bro. We don't care about that. We care about the end. And the end, you learn 3 reasons why Mr. Redhead Man did not do what he was supposed to do. You too soft, my man.
It was so sick seeing him say like, look, man, look, you just a Shinigami, bro. Like, you just happen to be in wrong place, wrong time, man. Yeah. Like, you just not that, if you one of them, I ain't got shit to do with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Quincy Prodigy smoking out the Shinigami. We take that.
My boy Uryu done gone full right wing.
Bro, yeah, he
Quincy incel on them boys.
Yeah. Hell yeah. We'll
he been reading them books, man. He been on them sites, boy. He been on them YouTubes. He was watching some damn Stern Redders talk about some, in today's society. I think we as Quincy's are superior.
Yeah, that boy was definitely reading that thing. Yeah, he not being no allegations.
Yeah, nah.
We still love him though.
Hell yeah. Man. We still love my boy Uryu just confused. That's it. Man.
He's difficult. He's a difficult.
He's
child.
Just in a cult right now. You know what I'm saying?
Anybody with Sasuke's voice actor is always
Sasuke's voice actor. You hear that, and you already know their mind is just not on the right timing.
That character is just a confused soul.
Exactly, man. I really did think this is one of the best fights of 2024, though.
Absolutely,
completely or like original timing with everything that takes place during the battle. Nothing that we had ever seen before, even with the powers that they showcased. So
so it was good because it's really like I said, it's just we ain't seen this in the manga 4 years ago. So like just for it to be, it's the original own fight. This was a great fight. Yeah, and like I said, anytime Renji gets embarrassed, that's a dub for Iron. Bro told them, yo, you thought you was the only one that got powerful. You think it must be the Kurosaki influence. I was like, yeah, man. You thought you was MC, man.
He knocked his damn Bankai down. And Steve said, listen, you can't use no power string. Yo, Shikai, your Bankai, nothing, boy. Just lay there. Just lay there.
You thought this new Bankai was going to do something to my bits? It levels to it, my man. Levels.
Very great battle, though. I will say one of the best, man. With that, look, with everything that there is in 2024, like there's some series that even like I would love to have talked about, but it's just like the battles there just aren't. There's something missing in anime this year, man. We got a Baki versus Kengan Ashura, you know what I'm saying, like OVA, and I don't want to talk about none of those fights. It's just trash.
Garbage. Nobody's gonna job out their character, so that was garbage.
We got a new Kinnikuman anime, and while the Kinnikuman anime is cool, I can't see any of the stuff that we got in there as standing out amongst just like the best.
Unfortunately, no. Sorry.
We
should have started from like go. I don't know.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I do think it would have been better if we just started from the jump as opposed to like trying to throw people in with like a recap, because it just doesn't do enough to give you reasons to care.
Yeah, I didn't.
I am a huge fan. I know you are a huge fan of Kinnikuman.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
If we're like, damn, that don't move us.
Yeah, that didn't move me. Like, again.
So,
sorry.
I just hope 2025, man, like bring us some heat, man. Hopefully that Fist of the North Star revival comes out next year, man. Hopefully we get some, you know what I mean? Look, hopefully Bleach Core 4 comes out next year. We don't have to wait longer than that. Get some, you know what I mean? Some new heat. If Boruto comes back with its stuff next year, I wouldn't be mad at that.
Boruto, that's gonna be a fun series eventually.
Only because the part 2 look like it got some meat to it.
Yeah, part 2 is like that's mad funny. The anime was really a waste of time.
It was.
Like realistically, it gave out the opinion that the anime is always just an advertisement for the merch, aka the manga, the whatever. That anime was useless as hell. But hey, whenever it does the part 2, whatever vortex, I forgot the name. I don't even care.
Two blue vortex, yeah.
Yo, these long ass Minato names are giving me like, dude, even that Minato style thing joint, that was cool.
That was pretty cool. Yeah, the Minato. one-shot manga was pretty dope. I did enjoy that.
Cool. They told Kishimoto, you better get your ass up, bro. We need you. We need you. We talking about some samurai. You coming back to that?
Man, they didn't give my boy a chance.
Bro, they sent him on a death pack. But all in all, 2024 sucked, but it had some good. Just like any other year. So, yay. My favorites were the old stuff. That's more than enough to tell you that's a problem. But that's a problem for y'all. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with the old stuff being
We are
good.
absolutely fine with saying it's okay and it's dope because it's always been that way. You know what I mean? Like,
I've been trying to tell
the
you.
new stuff has to compete with that.
And it's doing a terrible job. But y'all keep taking the pretty colors. We'll be here looking at it, just not talking about it though.
Until next year, right?
Yeah,
Until this time next year, man.
Yeah.
But look, man, I had a pretty fun time talking about these and even watching these animes. It's good to be somewhat tapped in with what's going on, see what's moving to people, even if I don't love it myself.
I'm still confused at the one anime that
Delicious in Dungeon. Y'all gonna have to explain that one to me.
Yeah,
y'all gonna have to explain that one to me.
I
don't know. I'm not feeling that.
Yeah,
I saw the little man with the axe. I didn't see him do shit in this episode. So
he was
hopefully the little man with the axe funny or some shit. Hope he got some swag to him. I don't know. He wasn't doing it for me in this episode, man.
He was buns. He looked buns. Oh yeah, we not touching that series. I'm not. Sorry.
But listen, it's all good because next time we'll be bringing y'all just what we thought we were going to be bringing y'all this time was our One Piece episode of Bluebee versus NL. We did not forget. We just forgot that this week was best of 2024.
Yeah, sorry.
So
can't give you the best of 2024 and 2025.
Yeah. So with that in mind, wait. Next week, I don't even know if it's gonna be next week because a week from when y'all hear this is Christmas.
Yeah,
we'll be back when we're back, y'all. We'll be back when we're back. Maybe y'all will be able to enjoy your holidays and be on a break from this podcast stuff. Maybe you'll hear us very soon. Who knows? But on the next Wednesday that we are on, that's what you can expect to hear from us.
Yes.
But until then,
you'll hear from us eventually. That's all that matters.
That's right. Subs lie, dubs lie. Y'all people do. Anime fans definitely do.
I should never know, man. This was a doozy. And I feel bad.
Catch y'all next time, baby.
Yeah, how about your boys, man? Peace. Not with this new stuff.